Alright, what's up everybody, Sorbadge here. Was back at you with another cast. And about down here in the bottom left representing Formless Bear Sloths, it is D-Life number 1. And up here representing PiGPan in our glorious battle to the playoffs, we have Drakkakhan. Now, in game 1 we saw that Drakkakhan really doesn't like it when D-Life number 1 blocks his hatcheries. And you don't see any of that the banter here, as Drakkakhan is feeling fairly confident after that game 1. And it's weird how that number just shifts up and down. Already a pretty standard opener coming from both players. Looks like I say standard right after seeing a pool go down first for our dear friend Drakkakhan. How is that number going up and down? Oh, that's weird. Anyway, it's a pool hatch gas. Yeah, looks like it. Terran player is gonna scout this and is it's already fairly standard opener from our Terran player. What is Drakkakhan doing? I'm not familiar with this build. And we're looking at this and well, we already see a Reaper on the way for our Terran player. We see 4 Lings and a Queen, and we see arguably a very very angry SCV, because he's been told by his commander to go and die, and it turns out that FxB's healthcare systems are not quite the best at this current moment. Now he's gonna be expecting a all-in, so he's preparing a bunker, CC on the high ground to transition from this. Oddly, a reactor coming out of our Terran player, and Drakkakhan looks like he's just content to be droning up. A few more queens starting up. He's content with his 4 Lings. Maybe did Drakkakhan pull a dirty trick on our Terran player? Because I've seen similar builds where the natural nexus, a natural hatchery is just a standard, is just a guise in the hopes that the player is tricked into believing that in fact they are going to use that, but nope, it comes across and you die. Maybe our Terran player is suspecting something, going to try to get out a few tanks. Some excellent vision for our Terran player, for our Zerg player, and it doesn't look like this. Yeah, it's gonna die with having done no damage. That's really bad, especially since he didn't scout any transition for our Zerg player to go into something aggressive. I wouldn't mind if he sold this. And wait, no third. No third and 4 gas. Already a layer coming down. Is our Zerg player going for a cheese? Already we see a cyclone on the way, and a few Marines coming out. Looks like they were cancelled. And just some pretty standard things going on over here. Bunker on the low ground, and a third being taken just now. Seems our Zerg player is still content to drone up, and in his panic, our FxB's player is falling behind in the eco, already starting to saturate his natural and wall it off. Meanwhile, our dear Zerg Drakkakhan is pulling ahead. Now, as a TTP player, I feel morally obligated to make our PiGPan player our protagonist. Or I should say that from the eyes of both teams, for Formless Bearsloss, D-Life is our protagonist, who looks to be going for a 1-1-1 and is floating his barracks somewhere. Where is he floating his barracks? On the... Okay, I'm gonna need that one explained to me. Why? Probably because maybe he was searching for a overlord over here. And it looks like a third CC has gone down for the for our Terran player is going to look to make a mech transition. However, that may be too little too late, as our Zerg looks to be getting ready with 10 Mutalisks on the way, and only a Cyclone, 4 Marines out, with Hellions building, and a battle cruiser. Looks like this battle cruiser is going to get held with more queens, Aspire, and another knifey boy is going to be coming out and going across the map. And I'm not sure, is that a fight Mulisks could take? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it can, but it's not going to be pretty end to that one. Looks like 18 more links are going to be on the way for our Zerg player, and a layer is still going strong. A third is being as well saturated, and doesn't look like a fourth is on the way for the time being. These Mulisks are just doing the work they can to get the damage they can get done, and another battle cruiser will be popping in another half minute, and this is just a lot of worker damage. However, I'm not certain that it's enough. Already, these Mutalisks are probably going to be going down, cutting back on the amount of battle cruisers that could be made, having sniped these Vespene workers, and a Ling run by, devastating Ling run by on the third is going to kill all the workers there. But all right, and it's going to do so much damage that the Terran will be falling quite far behind, as our Zerg player doesn't look to be in any hurry to take his fourth, and it's wild oversaturation on his third. Looks like he's going to be building some more spores to deal with these battle cruisers potentially teleporting across the map, with a few corruptors on the way. It's only 2 battle cruisers. So if our Zerg player overreacts to the battle cruisers, he may not have enough to be able to deal with the Cyclones. That being said, if he goes for a Greater Spire and gets Broodlords, that point may become quickly moot. Yeah. And we're going to see the power of Transfuse, as it's going to be 1 battle cruiser for a queen, and it's going to get out on severe damage, and these lanes are going to slide in again. It's going to be a lot of damage. I don't think this is going to be something that, ooh, okay, ooh. You know, being a Protoss player, it kind of lends me towards a little bit of bias against the Zerg. But the problem is that watching that many adorable little Zerglings die, just, it's like watching a Carbot Zergling die. It's kind of painful. Rest in peaches, Lenny wannabes. I mean, who wouldn't want to be Lenny? Lenny is fucking cool. We're gonna see a run by of Cyclones and Hellions running across the map. We're probably gonna try to kill this creep tumor. And probably that one as well. Or no, they're gonna get intercepted by the army. And so many Zerglings died. Now I'm considering whether or not I should be just straight up cheering on our Zerg player, because Protoss players against Zergling cruelty is kind of an interesting thought. maybe an idealistic one, but an interesting thought nevertheless. This Road Ravager Ling is going to be staying just outside of sensor tower range, and these banelings are forming again just outside of sensor tower range. And by the time the Terran sees it, he's probably going to try to. Oh, 2 siege tanks are going to deny that. With this decent wall off, it's going to be. Ooh, these should not have gotten the damage they did. Oh, and this our dear, or not so dear, Terran player is not going to be. Is going to suffer a lot of worker damage, and 4th has gone up and is fully mostly saturated for a Zerg player. This Road Ravager is going to break through these rocks, going to try to open up the map a little bit, and we see a different style of battle mech for our Terran. This time with battle cruisers instead of Banshees. Looks like these are going to slide in, try to get some damage. Problem is, there's no problem. And that should make one very worried, as these guys are going to get a barbecue on. Going to get 4, 5, 6 drones right before these Lings pop in, and oh my god. Oh. Some of those Zerglings had dreams. Oh. It's like watching your best friend go and insult a puppy. It's just like, come on, dude, come off it. Oh my god. Oh. Looks like this entire army on the other side of, just outside of Sensor Tower range is going to try to get revenge for all those Lenny wannabes that were slaughtered. And, looks like these guys are going to relieve themselves on their, on whatever this thing is. Looks like this command center smells like a command center. It must be a command center. Oh. Ooh. Oh my god. Just absolutely horrendous trades for Drakkakhan going on in these battles, and I think that's going to cost him in the long run, especially as these somethings. What happened to all of his Hellbats? Did they just disappear? Yep, they disappeared. Yeah, so these Lings are going to get more worth now that there's more Hellions on the production, but I don't think they're going to be out on time for a... Oh! It looks like the army and worker supply is going to favor our Terran player this game around. And we may end up seeing a Terran win on the board. Looks like that mainly wanted to suicide itself against the debris, but Drakkakhan said, no, we need you for future engagements. Oh no. Whew. Looks like he's going to be going Thors, but I don't think that's the right transition here. I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of stuff at home, but I don't think that's the transition he wants. Oh, yeah, that's definitely not the transition he wants with three Vipers coming out. We're going to be seeing these Hellions going to try to go for a run by. They're a little confused, but they got the spirit. But they're going to run into the spine crawlers, which are just going to stop any desires they have. And these are going to be needed for the Zerglings. And... oh no. More Zerg? Alright, and that's a lot of chaos and damage the Zerg has done and the Terran has done. Now it all comes down to who has the better iron bank, as Drakkakhan pulls ahead in mineral income and gas income along with worker count and army count. But that may not remain as long. looks like he's starting to gear up for a late game. Ooh. Ouch. Okay. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Oh no. Road Drive Drilling gonna come on in this side, and looks like they're gonna get cleaned up fairly decently with only taking out 3 tanks for the entire group. And I don't think that's a good trade. Oh, still, that was a beautiful trade for our Formless Bear Sloths player. As the Zerg retreats across the map, he starts to gather up. It looks like he's going to go for a push. And with Banelings forming, he would have to do some excellent movement to be able to counter this army as it's growing larger and larger with more Vipers joining the original group. And looks like he's ready. This group of mechanical chads is like, let's fucking go, and it's going to move across the map, going to try to get some damage on the other side of the map, and 5th base is already beginning to be saturated, but is it too late as the Protoss, yes, there's a Protoss in this match, hidden Protoss, a hidden sneaking dragon. The Terran is going to be sneaking, with 4 Thors. 4 Thors and 7... 4 Thors and 7's tanks go. He's going to be pushing in across the map, going to be sieging up these tanks, going to be preparing for this Ling Bane, Road Trafficker Ling Bane. And looks like he's going to be posturing forward to try to kill all these Lings, and it's not going to be pretty. He's going to cast a beautiful blinding clouds on these, but I don't think it's going to be able to do too much as these blinding clouds expire, and there's no Ling Bane left. Now, this is going to be a really tough hold if Drakkakhan manages to pull it off, but I don't think he is. I think this may very well be GG for our Zerg player, as he's losing more and more, and our deal life number 1 is going to take this game pretty soundly, and it's going to be a very, very good match, a very good win to have on one's board after the previous game just being an absolute wreckage. And Drakkakhan being prepared for everything. Gonna clean up this creep. Gonna be a little shy, but I wouldn't mind if he just walked these siege tanks forward. Yep, and he's gonna get that. And these are just gonna dirt forward and die. And that's it. But of course, you can't die richer than Jeff Bezos. And that was a GG. As Drakkakhan taps out, and our DLife number 1 for Formless Bear Sloths takes game number 2 in a very convincing manner.